What's good, y'all? It's me, Chris. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing the suspension of Trump from all the social media platforms. But before we get into that, I would love for y'all to get into this haircut. Okay, do you see me? Do you see me? I told y'all I was going to grow a beard after y'all went up in arms for Tyler Perry. Like, do you see the vision? Do you see it? I know you see it. I don't know. I just every time I film a video, I always feel necessary to be like, look how cute I am. I got a haircut. You know, I just feel good when I look the way that I would like to present myself. I was talking with one of my mutuals on Twitter about the busted challenge, and I'm like, man, wait till Wednesday when I get my haircut and I'm gonna film this video. I'm like, I feel you, cause I feel the same way when I'm filming. I feel like I look better. The thumbnail for the video comes out so much better when I have a haircut, y'all. Y'all don't even know, but like there's some days where I even like prolong filming a video because I don't have a haircut. I'm like, I could push it 2 more days. Like the internet won't forget about me. Like I want to look good on camera. But that's why that's where right now filming this video. So I want to talk about all the suspensions of Trump from pretty much every single platform across the internet. So as y'all know, I know y'all know, after the chaos that ensued at Capitol Hill, talk about WWE, like some straight up white on white entertainment. Their internet had decided like, wow, this is really crazy. This is really insane. Enough is enough. And decided to suspend him from social media. Each site has different time limits in which they wish to suspend Trump. Some are indefinite, some are until after the transition of Joe Biden into the presidency. All of it is supposed to be in response to the reaction in which the rioting took place at the Capitol Hill in regards of just making sure that they would like to have the best transition possible for Joe Biden's presidency. And to me, I'm calling bullshit. Y'all telling me that y'all just now realizing that Trump has this much power and influence to incite violence, that he's been like enabling white supremacy for the last 4 years. Like I remember I just became active on Twitter like the past 2 years. So before that it was just Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. And his tweets would come up on my timeline sometimes and I thought maybe they were photoshopped. I wouldn't think that it was so bad. So even 2 years ago when I had joined Twitter, I was like, I'm not gonna follow Donald Trump. I'm not gonna engage in that. Finally, like a year ago, I actually saw one of the tweets and I was like, no way, this is not real. Like, this man is literally enacting violence, enabling white supremacy, making a breeding ground for like more and more people. Like, y'all seen it. We're at the point where there's now over 70 million people that voted for this man. And who knows the amount of people who didn't even vote that are also in support of Trump. So I find it bullshit to believe that all of a sudden, Trump now is such a threat to the safety of Americans. Like, look at the paper trail that Trump has been leaving for the last 4 years and tell me that you are surprised that this took place last week, that you are surprised that in which Trump and anybody who else is a Trumper is acting currently in this state. This video is mostly about the responsibility in which social media plays in having a breeding ground for white supremacy, but I do want to make a side point, and I don't want to give this too much attention because I really don't believe in engaging with Trump supporters or anyone that are that like-minded, but this is not an infringement of freedom of speech. These companies are private. The freedom of speech is in regards to the government being able to enact any type of silencing on you. That is the responsibility of the government, not the companies, not private companies. It's like you have a house, and in my house, I have these rules that you have to abide by because this is mine. If you do not respect those guidelines, I will ask you to leave. You can adjust accordingly or dip out of here. Twitter took their time, as other social media websites did, but they gave him warnings, flagging things, saying things, these claims are not to be true. They didn't, Trump and whoever part of his team didn't follow those guidelines, and so he had to exit stage left. And that's exactly what they did. Trump has enough money that he can literally go start his own website in which he can say whatever he wants. He is not being silenced in any capacity. And let's be real, there's still the media and the news out there to give him plenty of space to spew his bigotry like they have done the past 4 years. So, social media being gone from Trump, I'm not quite seeing what the big cry is about. Yeah, it's cool and all that Trump is finally facing consequences for his actions, but it's a little too late now. The man is literally about to exit presidency within a week. All these last ditch efforts, like him being suspended from social media and him being impeached, mean nothing when the harm has already been done. While we're still sitting here, broke with very little resources and no stimulus checks. But yay, y'all got Trump out of here when he's leaving anyway. Like, what I would like to see from social media sites moving forward is how are they going to handle people like this to make sure that they don't have a ground to fuel white supremacy? Because there's still plenty of people that are on the internet spreading bigotry like it's nothing. There's still the Tommy Loraines and the Ben Shapiros of it all that have the exact same politic in which Trump has been fueling and spreading for the last 4 years. So, what are we going to do about those like minded people? Because Trump is not the only one. I think a lot of times everyone focuses and makes it seem like this is a Trump thing. No, this is racism. The reason why somebody like Trump was able to climb such high to such heights is because of racism. That is what I am looking interested in these tech companies really acknowledging in the ways they have the users not participate in bigotry and systems of oppression on their platforms. That is what I am interested for. I'm not celebrating this as a win when there are black and other marginalized people who get suspended and their profiles deleted off of social media because they talk about racism and anti-blackness and homophobia and transphobia. Like, there was a time in which for the longest time a bunch of trans YouTubers were being their accounts were being deleted off of YouTube because they were just talking about their trans experience. So unless these social media platforms can fix their suspensions when marginalized people are sharing their experience and calling out bigotry, I'm not sure where we're progressing with this. Because there's literally black people who get suspended on Twitter for saying nigga. There's TikTok's accounts who are creating very accessible content discussing racism and anti-blackness, and they're shadow banned from the whole site. So until we can work on in the ways in which black people and other, like I said, other marginalized people navigate social media, I'm just not looking forward. I'm not looking at this as a celebration or a win for the liberation of black people when we're still very much at the brunt of the ways in which Twitter decides to silence the users on their app. I would just like for all these social media platforms to acknowledge their complicitness in enabling Trump to be America's next top white supremacist. Cause like, no, you do not get a cookie for just now suspending Trump. Like, you are a part of this too. Like, you are to blame for this. So I don't want social media sites to get away scot-free at all. And I feel like the conversation is really circling around like, oh, finally, like, people can see the light. Like, no, black people, queer people, marginalized people have been talking about this man for years, and then in a way that he enables white supremacy. And y'all let that man roam free for years. And all of a sudden now it's like, yay, Twitter, yay, YouTube. No. Because can you then reactivate all the black and trans and indigenous and queer people's accounts in which they spoke out against behavior like this? That's why I wouldn't celebrate. When the marginalized voices are heard just as loud, or if not louder, than a white supremacist. I didn't make a video about the invasion of the spoiled milk duds at the Capitol Hill because I wasn't surprised, and I don't find that much conversation around that to be very interesting. However, I do find in the ways people have reacted to the Capitol Hill incident, and in the ways people are being extremely reactive instead of what we've just been asking y'all is to be proactive and to not let white supremacy roam so freely across the internet. I find that conversation to be really interesting. So that's all the thoughts that I have for today's video. This is not very long. I just want to do a quick video about this. I'm trying to get a video about Jasmine Sullivan's hotels going, so I'm focusing on that. I just wanted to turn the camera and talk about this really quickly. I would love to hear y'all thoughts. Please leave them in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the Chris We Know family, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.